Hello, hello, and welcome back to the aftermath of Big K as I tried to cobble together enough troops, enough remnants, enough chunks, leftovers of the mobile infantry to go back to Klindathu, or in this case, Mirak, in Perfidious beat plays Stellaris. So, yeah, we invaded Mirak, the capital of the alien homeworld hill, the Commonwealth of Mirak. The Commonwealth of Mirak? The Common Mirth. I really like it. It's like the bugs are all stand-up comedians, and then we're just going down there to destroy all of their humor and fun forever. Makes me feel really good about being myself. But we invaded. We landed. We were, admittedly, probably a little brash, maybe a little overconfident, possibly even an Ace Levy level of bravado going in. And the bugs killed every single person in our platoon, tore our legs off, and left us on the planet there for dead to be saved by Michael Ironsides. But you know what? It's fine. All things considered, that's fine. Could have gone a lot worse for us. I mean, there could have been no Michael Ironsides there to save us, and then what would we have done? Died, probably. But Michael Ironsides was there, and in the meantime, what are we doing? We're just, building back our armies. We've got assault armies being built on basically every single one of our planets. We're going to get them back. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to Klindathu with a bigger pair of stomping boots, and we're going to smash those scummy little bugs into big piles of scummy alien paste. Before we shut the lights on and they scuttle back into their holes. And somebody right now is like, Pete, actually, when humans are touched, or when a roach touches a human, they wash themselves afterwards, because if you set aside your stupid anthrocentric worldview for a moment, you'd see that from a roach's perspective, it's actually humans who are filthy. Well, you're not wrong. Humans are, kind of gross. Pretty dirty. We're vicious. We're savage. But still, also what you've said is the bugs have no tolerance for our unpleasantness. All your argument has effectively done, in addition to being just a shockingly lower life form that needs to be dominated by the Peterian Empire, these space roaches are also huge freaking racists, man. You're making it even easier for me to dehumanize and destroy them. If you're trying to lobby for the roaches, you shouldn't. You're going about it all wrong. That's all I'm saying. If you're trying to lobby for the roaches, you're doing a bad job. I want an additional wormhole generator. We did just build one here in Elior. I think we're going to take the construction ship over, the stevedore over here, and we're going to have you come here and probably build within a, I'm pretty sure it's not within a system's gravity well. Oh, we actually need, all right, well, you know what? Here, just move here. Move there. That'll give you something to do. We've also got some idle science ships. Pete, what about the war? I know the war is still going on. We'll get back to it. You just gotta give us a minute. We got some other stuff on our plate here. Since we have other stuff on our plate, let's clean our plate, because that's what Grandma always taught me, man. You always clean your plate. Always clean your plate. Don't you know there are starving kids in China who would love to get that food? How come starving kids are always Chinese, by the way? It's always like starving kids in China. It's always an Asian country. Why can't there ever be starving? There are starving kids here in the U.S., Grandma, who would also like that food. Why's it got to be somebody in a foreign country? People are starving right here at home. Grandma with their casual racism and unaware that there are people who need food right in their own backyard. What the hell's wrong with you, Grandma? Be more culturally sensitive. So let's crank up the speed. We do have two of our fleets here. Not a distraction, is just basically idling in Mirak, doing effectively, idling. They're bombing the shit out of this planet to make sure that its planetary defenses stay destroyed. Mostly, they're on like a space-keeping mission, and I think what we'll do, let's transfer all the damaged ships here. We'll put these in our own little strike force, and we can send these guys out to get repaired. Why don't you guys go get patched up there? In the meantime, not a distraction, didn't give up a whole lot of their overall force. They've still got more than enough to kick the crap out of anything the space roaches might have left. There's a whole bunch of army recruitment being finished. Slaves rally on Pobik Timcrix. Clandestine meetings at night. Okay, this calls for action. What does this do? I'd love to know what I could do about this slave problem. It's just that every single person on the planet, in most of those cases, are in fact slaves. So, what do you want me to do about the situation? I can't help. I could devour them. Would you prefer that, space roaches? These eruptions are what I'm talking about. We recently incorporated them into the Empire, and ever since then they have been more than a little problematic. Where's a roach planet? These are just wormhole generators. It's kind of impossible to tell where the roaches are anymore because they have so many damn wormhole generators all over. And I destroyed, the other thing is too, most of the wormholes, I actually destroyed most of those. Here we go, Zabzib Crack. Zabzib Crack sounds like some new dangerous, like, spin-off drug from crack cocaine. It'd be like, oh, you know, first there was cocaine, then we invented crack. Now, you try this new stuff, Zabzib Crack? It's purple, man. You gotta see this shit. When you smoke it up, it makes your lips turn green. I don't know why, because it's purple, but that's part of the mystery, part of the fun. Everybody here is angry because they're a slave. I don't really know what to do about that. These robots were disassembling. The only thing we can really do about this, other than enslaving them, is we could eat all of the eruptions. We could devour them, but we can't begin our devour the eruptions policy until after we've got a human on every one of these planets, and we can't put a human on those planets until after the robots have all been disassembled. So effectively, we're just sitting here idling our hands with a bunch of unrest that we can't really do anything about. Is there anything over here that we could possibly take advantage of that we are not taking advantage of? Have our borders expanded to anywhere we are not currently harvesting? I don't think Seta's in. Not claimed by any known empire. I think everything that exists to be harvested... Oh, nope, here we go. You can come build a mining station right out there. That'll give you something to do. Pointless busy work. That's what the Peterian Empire is all about. Honestly, what we should be doing probably is having you come down here, maybe build some wormhole stations so we can start exploiting out into this spiral arm. I do have reason to suspect there is another sentient race out here, and if there is, they definitely should be under my aegis. Pete keeps saying under your aegis, you know, that means under your shield, right? Like under your protection, and yeah, that's exactly, they should be under my protection. Just like the glorious Zaplo Imperium is currently under my protection. I am protecting them from being eaten by some other species so that I can eat them. They're exactly a protectorate. You know, really, we're not even protecting them. No, you know what we're doing? We're conserving them. That's what we're doing. And there's the rest of the army that's going to go to Big K. So now we have to go to like each one of our planets and embark all of our armies. This is going to be irritating. I really wish there was a way to just say, hey, take everything that's an army and throw it off of the planet. Just like grab all of our armies, put them into space on ships, and bring those ships to where they need to be. The other thing we could do that would help with unrest is we could try and recruit some armies, but again, that's a problem for us because we can't recruit armies from planets where they don't have any humans. We can't build slave armies, so we can't make the erections in our army. And even if we could, I'm not sure we would want to do that. Like, for instance, can we... Oh, never mind, we can build defensive armies. Why are we not doing that? I mean, we can do it on this planet because we directly control it, which is fine. What about these ones that we don't directly control, then? Armies will help with unrest. Can we build armies here? Like, if we go to Zab Crack here, where they have purple crack, no, they can't recruit anything. Or rather, we cannot force them to recruit. I wonder, if we give Zabzib Crack here, what district are you in? You're like District 13, right? District 9? District 9? You're District 9. So if we give District 9 a bunch of minerals, will they choose to build armies? Let's test this theory. Planets and sectors. Go to District 9 very quickly. Let's try this out. District 9, you have... Now, I mean, you've got a truckload of unused minerals. If you wanted to build armies, you could build them right now. Also here, just take a couple more energy credits, because otherwise I'm going to forget and you'll run out at a critical time, and I should prefer that to not happen. So all our military fleets, yep, civilian ships. Where's my armies, though? Here we go. It's a lot of transport fleets. Let's grab all of you guys. And I would like all of you to go to Mirak. And eventually, when you get there, we're probably going to have y'all merge up and go invade the planet that we've been bombing the shit out of. We're currently 18% positive war score with the Commonwealth of Mirak. And the other thing we could do, too, is we are, I think, yeah, we're actually at war with this whole federation. If we wanted to, we could go stomp the Althethi as well. We could also go kick the shit out of the Pobulus Harmonium Republic. But those guys are also at war with Frank Muterwood and the Valdari. I'm not inclined to weaken them any more than I've already weakened them, because I've sort of chopped their leg out from under them, and I've already kind of done that. You should be building a wormhole generator at this point. Yeah, build a wormhole station there. This construction ship is going to have absolutely nothing to do. you know what? You're out of work. I'm sorry. The economy's taken, the Peterian Empire economy has taken a bit of a downturn. And there's, I mean, I hate to have to say this, but I think layoffs are coming in your direction here, Nuprum. Does Propus have a planet of some variety? I believe we have a settlement here. Yeah, Los Pedalis is here. You know what? Just go chill. We don't have anything else to use. Sanchez, though, you're just being a lazy tool. You two go, oh, Pete, there's nothing out here for me to do. No, there's something out here for you to do, Sanchez. You get out here and, you know, survey some of these systems. They're waiting for you to survey them. Get on out here. There's no excuse for you to be idle. I'll tolerate idleness from my construction ships because, again, you know, the economy is crap. But the other thing we could have you do is we should have you come and analyze these debris. We get a bunch of science research out of that. Alternatively, I suppose we could have the HMSS Arbiter. Somebody should do it. Here, why don't you come out here? Requires a science ship. This is a science ship, though. I mean, this is a science ship. You wanna come research these? Why do you refuse to research, though, science ship? I'm gonna just bring you into the system and see what happens. I don't know why it won't research them. Is it because there's an active conflict there? Can they not research in systems where there's actively fighting? Are they like some kind of conscientious objector status going on? Oh no, Pete, I can't perform science in a war zone. Oh, how'd that work out for the Nazis? Always comes back to the Nazis. Yeah, you know, it kind of does, because the Peterian Empire, we're sort of scummy. I mean, we've got a little bit of a sort of a Fourth Reich kind of feel. I mean, we're wandering about the galaxy genociding people. I don't like comparing my own plans to Nazi, but my solution to the galaxy sort of seems to be very similar to another final solution that was proposed by a lunatic asshole. Perfidious Pete, lunatic asshole. Probably also going to be my epitaph. Although at this point, I've got so many epitaphs, my tombstone's going to have to be 22 feet high and like 45 feet across. Guess I probably don't really need to pause the game. Repairs are complete. Alright, well, why don't you go back and rejoin Not a Distraction as they continue to pound the planet over here into just absolute paste, which is completely unnecessary, but I suppose we can bomb the Mirak homeworld until it's basically just a giant sheet of glass. Slaves rally. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, slaves are gonna do that. They'll rally on you. Oh, you gotta, you know, you don't keep an eye on them, they'll rally. Hyper shields, that's just bonus shields, pretty good. It's an infinity of research at 106 months. Disruptors we kind of don't want. Mining drone lasers have been on our list for an entire billion years. 0 point power. 158 months. Yeah, we could probably skip that one. Extended combat algorithms. Yeah, you know what? We can use that. That's a ship upgrade that won't take an unreasonably a long amount of time for us to finish. Construction complete. Okay, so new wormhole generator is online. We have once again expanded the reach of the Empire, and I don't have anything for these ships to do. Everything is constructed. We're all done. I don't know where to send you or what to do. Why don't you guys come to Alpha Centauri and just idle around El Piteso, I guess. Goibnu, I mean, same thing. There's nothing for you to do. Why don't you guys just come back here and take a load off? Layoffs are, well, yeah, they're inbound. They're problematic. Here's an idea. Is there any, like, systems we could colonize out here? How badly does this planet suck? It's a 10 population continental world. So the answer to the question, Pete, is how bad does that planet suck? The answer is, well, fairly badly. But all we can do is we'll just, like, send a colony ship there. We'll add it into, what is this, District 9? We'll flip it into District 9 and let it be District 9's problem. I kind of feel like we need to... Do I want more planets, though? Every other planet I get, it's more planets slowing my research. Admittedly, I mean, it is more planets slowing my research, but it's also... It's more planets that slow down our research, but it's also the potential for just more research in general. Every planet gives us a penalty. Every single one. But we pull in all of these resources. Do the potential benefits outweigh the... See, this is the part of Stellaris that This is where I struggle. The mathematics of it oftentimes escape me. Let's go ahead and build a colony ship. Let's take a look at it. Let's test the theory. Earth, while you're at it here, also, could you build some more clam wreckers? Why don't you build one? Clam wreckers are pretty expensive, as I recall. Yeah, there's 753 minerals. We do want to keep that up. We lost a few ships in our combat here with the space roaches. We want to make sure our fleet stays in tip-top shape. Another idle construction ship, huh? Well, you're a Propus. Aren't you supposed to be just... You're supposed to be just orbiting Peterius doing nothing. Just fly into orbit and do shit. That's all I want you to do, is just move into orbit and cost less maintenance. Seriously, though, orbit this planet. I guess you don't have an orbit capability? Alright, well, that sort of sucks. The Arbiter is on station. Can we actually make it do research now? You, research this. Okay, why will you, the HMS Arbiter, not research any of this stuff? You have a scientist. Track on map. Research. Requires a science ship. This is a science ship. It is a science ship. See? Science ship. Oh, because it doesn't have a fucking scientist. Right, well then... Okay, that would be you're a genius. I know. My leadership capabilities are pretty much beyond reproach. So then, I guess we'll recruit another scientist. Who's the youngest? You are. Industry research speed. Doesn't do us any good. Get bonus to voidcraft. Your survey speed and anomaly research speed are better. You're a little older than the other guys, but that's probably all things considered going to be fine. Let's just assign you. I hate spending the influence on that because we're going to need that influence very shortly. Now, Arbiter, can you actually do your damn job? There you go. Let's have you just do all of these while you're out here. Research this as well, and then also research that. You might also want to research what's going on with the bugs that live on the planet Mirak that we have utterly, completely, and totally annihilated. Might also want to, and I'm just throwing this out there, research their flavor capacitance. Maybe build a flavor chart for them. It's like a color chart except for flavors. Build a flavor chart of our potential future meals. A flavor diagram, if you will. How come flavor diagrams aren't a thing? I mean, those should totally be a thing, right? Hey! The guy is actually... Oh, no, wait, never mind. I was going to say that he actually is building defensive armies, even though we didn't tell him. But that's actually the one. That's the planet I told to build defensive armies.
Debris analyzed.
Good, you got plenty more. Oh, boy, that was fantastically fruitful. We got literally 40 research out of it. Like a day's worth of research. Perfect. Excellent use of our overall time. So clearly the Mirak were not overly an advanced, not an overly advanced species. We'd be getting huge research bonuses if it was a species that had better stuff than we do. Survey. I don't know, maybe after that I'm thinking probably, you know, go ahead and survey. And just keep surveying until you're out of space. It's the way it goes. The flow chart for what you should be doing is very simple. Are you surveying, yes or no? If the answer is no, then find a place to survey and survey it. If the answer is yes, then it's just good job. Very, very simple process flow.
System survey complete.
We were losing money for just a split second, but then it's because of this colony ship. All right. HIMSS Demeter, congratulations. You're coming down here to splatter another human seed here at Zawada. Go ahead and colonize this planet. Colonizing also takes influence, though. Yeah, I forgot about that. And our influence gains are not significant. I guess we'll just... Man, this planet is a real toilet, too. Okay, there you go. All things considered, then, that was probably objectively a bad idea. We'll immediately lob that into District 9, and it will expand our sphere of influence a little bit. It'll give our ships, if nothing else, it'll give our construction ships something to do, I suppose. Have our armies arrived yet? Could you guys, like, you're in Dandar. You dandies are in Dandar. What are you dilettanting around down there? Get your... We have an inactive building? Really? Planetary building is building something that is required to function. Probably a person? Oh, did we finally destroy the robots? We finally destroyed the robots. We did it. We did it, team. The robots have all been destroyed. So we're going to put a human on that. Now what we... Oh, good. I'm glad I just used all my influence. Now that we can get some influence, what we can do is try and... Ooh, fighter wing. Interesting. What does this do? Energy weapon damage. We don't use energy weapons. We don't like torpedoes. Space torpedoes. Don't want. Armored torpedoes. Don't want. Swarmer missiles. Also don't want. Basic fighter wing or just kinetic damage. I think this is a repeatable... This is like one of those repeatable ones. 54 months is a lot. Let's just take urantic crystal mining and find some urantic crystals. Urantic crystals sound like something that would build up in your joints and give you gout. What's wrong with that guy? His joints are all swollen. He seems to be in a lot of pain. Urantic crystal buildup. You know, guy needs to get a little colchicine. Should really consult his rheumatologist and see about taking care of that. It's going to be real uncomfortable. We're just waiting for our dandies in Dandar to arrive in Mirak so that we can destroy it. Come on, last 4 transport fleets, guys. Let's get on the ball here. I wanna get this invasion over with. Would like to destroy these roaches as quickly as possible. Are y'all in Mirak now? Have we got that taken care of? Good. Let's merge up into one fleet, guys. Don't run in willy-nilly one at a time. We want to go all in together here. Let's merge you all into one big pile. All of you should theoretically be in the same spot as well. Like, the merging thing should not be difficult. Merge, though? Keep merging. Just merge it all the way down. There we go. Now our transport fleets are 18 armies strong. This planet has been being bombed for the better part of like a year. If we're never going to be able to... If we can't invade it now, we're just never going to be able to invade it. If we can't get them now, it's never getting done. Ever. Also, speaking of fleets... You guys should also merge into one fleet. No reason to have you guys separated. And then go back to bombing the shit out of the planet. Don't ever stop bombing. Always be bombing, ABB. I guess you can build another clam wrecker. We've got quite a bit of... I mean, when in doubt and minerals are sort of built up, I think building clam wreckers is probably just a good way to sack some of those. Debris analyzed, construction complete, construction complete. We've got a bunch of idle construction ships. We've got 2 idle science ships. Hate seeing that. Again, guys, what did I just say about the flowchart, though? Are you surveying? If the answer is no, go freaking survey. It's a very simple, literal... If you guys can't understand this process chart, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how did you pass Science Academy, by the way? That's the other question. If this one is beyond your reach, how did you make it through the academy? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You're too dumb to survive. Invasion, have you started yet? Probably not. It looks like it's close, though. The invasion is on the way. Our invasion ships are landing. We're going to keep an eye on it this time. Last time we didn't pay any attention to it, and it was far too late for us to realize, hey, we're getting the shit kicked out of us before we left. These armies should be just unbelievably weak, though. Planetary defenses are a 0.
Colonization in progress. System survey.
Colonization has begun. System survey. A leader died. Honestly, it's the least important leader possible. It's the guy who rules our entire empire. It's just whoever our heir is going to take over. That's also kind of a non-issue. You guys are fighting? Yeah, this time, well, it's just like when the mobile infantry came in. We went to Big K, and the first time down, admittedly, we had a little bit of a problem. Things got a little rowdy. The ruckus was not in our favor, but this time, we've come back to Clendathu, and this time, we brought our stomping shoes, and we gave him quite the stomping there. Again, guys, allow me to revisit the flowchart here. We really need to up the standards at our Science Academy. Clearly, we don't have like a Klingon Science Academy level of performance working here. Our guys are not quite the Klingon caliber scientists. That actually only got us 28% war score, though. Which means we got a really long way to go if our hope is to vassalize these guys, and it is. We got a lot of fighting left. A lot to do. More construction complete. Okay, we just built some more clam crushers. That's fine. You guys can probably just, why don't you guys just rally up? I really don't care where you merge, so long as you merge. We're gonna take this fleet to Ackham and probably destroy it as well. Where's the inhabited planet? Yuldirva. Okay, not a distraction. Sabotage on Pobik Timchris. In a vicious act of defiance, the slaves have destroyed work facilities with the help of homemade explosives. Detonations took place at night, blah, blah, blah. We must resolve our differences. We really got to work something out here, Space Roaches. Oh, speaking of which, working out our differences, that reminds me. It's time to resettle some population. Let's do that, then we'll wrap up the episode as we continue our explosive conquest. So first things first. Let's go find a planet that we can put a space roach on that is in the space roach zone of District 9. So let's say, for instance, ideally one where we have a lot of unrest. Zabik Crag. So let's go look at your surface. You have open spots now. So let's take this slave off of here. And our goal is to get a human onto this planet. So where do we want to take a person from? I don't want to take a person off of Earth. That's just, Earth is too important. Also, we need to upgrade anything science related. Just do, while we're here, I mean, we might as well. I don't want to take anybody off of Earth. Science related, so upgrade. Any one of these guys that's producing food, like, yeah, you're not really doing anything important right now, are you, Mr. Hydroponics farm working slave? How would you like an opportunity to go forth into the great hoary beyond and forge a new life on, say, Eruxo Prime? Oh, we already have a human on Eruxo Prime. Well, never mind then. We're good. Okay. Eruxo Prime is sorted. No need to send a human there. All right then. What about Zapalic Acidophilus? Got like acidophilus. This is the planet where acidophilus milk comes from. Also, what the hell is acidophilus milk? It confuses the shit out of me. So really, what we want to do is just move you there. And then we're gonna take. Do we want to take a human from Petersburg? Yeah, we can afford you. Congratulations, you've gone from dirt farming slave on the Bass Ackwards planet of St. Petersburg, being a slave on a hydroponic farm making food, to running the planetary administration of Zalabak Oxidolcidol Acidophilus milk. It's good. Inactive buildings. Yeah, well, you know, we'll grow a pop to fill up that idle hydroponic farm in a minute. It's not really a huge issue there. Stellaris is being like, hey, Pete, your empire is being suboptimally managed. And I'm going to be like, welcome to like 25 episodes ago. It's good you finally caught up. You guys apparently went to the Peterian Empire Science Academy because your observation skills are fucking subpar. Also, this is where I'm going to wrap this episode up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support does really mean a lot. If you'd like to see more of our subpar observation skills as we continue to be the Forrest Gumps of Stellaris, though despite our massive and utter incompetence, our success still seems to be relatively well in hand. I mean, look at it. The Peterian Empire is freaking huge here. We've blobbed. I don't want to say we're blobbing out of control, but I think we're well beyond out of control at this point. I think we may be unstoppable blob. We may have unstoppably blobbed out. But if you want to see the continuation of the blob, and, you know, us devouring the eruptions, because seriously, as soon as we get a human on every one of their planets so that we can reproduce those later, we're going to eat them. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. I paused there at the end because just the thought of devouring sentient species, it always excites me a little bit. It's probably unhealthy. I should seek treatment. I'll do that right now. Thanks for watching.